Joshua Holt with the Holt Real Estate Team, Keller Williams Realty, and I'm joined here with Joe Lawn with Guild Mortgage. And I brought Joe in because we were recently talking about the cost of waiting for home buyers, and he had some great information that he wanted to share.
Thanks for having me here. I appreciate it. And I deal with first-time home buyers literally on a daily basis. And this is something that's I'm kind of passionate about this. And so when Josh said, let's do this video, I was really excited to talk about this topic. And costs have been rising to buy a house for quite a while. Since about 2013, we've seen year over year home price appreciation. And over the last couple of years, we've seen interest rates come down and down and down. And that's caused a lot of competition in the market. And prices have gone up. It's a great time to be a seller right now. And so a lot of buyers have faced a lot of competition, especially over the last couple of years. And there are people that are, I'm starting to hear buyers say, I'm just going to wait for prices to come back down. You probably hear that, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that logic. And I know where people are coming from when they think that, right? Because they're not used to seeing houses at the prices that they're selling at. But the reason that that's happening is because interest rates are at historic lows, and it's actually more affordable to buy a home now than it was when homes were much cheaper, but interest rates were a lot higher.
So Joe, I know a lot of times we hear people get so fixated on the price of the home. Constantly we're hearing buyers say, well, we want a certain price, but you're telling me interest rates really have the bigger impact on that affordability.
Yes. And I wish that everybody realized this. So just kind of a really interesting stat is that if interest rates were to climb 1% from where they are right now, housing values would have to drop over 10% to make the payment the exact same. Wow. Right?
Okay.
So when somebody says, I'm going to wait for the prices to come back down because they're hoping to have a cheaper payment, what they're doing is betting on the fact that the market might come down 10% or more. And that could happen. But right now, there's literally no indicators that say that's going to happen. This is a supply issue. There have not been enough homes built since the Great Recession to keep up with population growth. And the cost of building new homes has increased significantly. And so as a result of that, new inventory can't enter the market in a very affordable way. And so new homes are more expensive. And so housing values have had to climb as a result of that.
So would you say too, another argument that we hear from some buyers is that they want to wait to save up so much for down payment? There's still maybe that myth that you need 20% down to buy a house. And do you want, to avoid things like PMI, and that you need that. And so a lot of people don't know that you don't need to save up, and that could actually be hurting them in the long run if they do that. So can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't think you can outsave the market. I've always been a proponent of buy the house now and pay it down later and knock your PMI off if you can at a later date. But if you wait to buy a house to save up more money, you have to save up more money than the home is appreciating on an annual basis to get ahead, right? And in the meantime, you're risking interest rates going up, right? And I just don't. And also, you're missing out on potential appreciation on the house, and then the pay down on the equity. And plus, you're older and older when you buy your first home. And so I don't think you can outsave the market. On top of that, a lot of people don't understand that there are 0 down loan programs, 3% down loan programs, down payment assistance programs. And also PMI has gotten a lot cheaper. The actuaries have gotten way better at writing PMI and actually making it risk-based instead of just kind of being a more expensive product, like I think a lot of people think it is. And so PMI is not this expensive thing that people are generally afraid of. And most people indeed are surprised to find out that they can get PMI on a loan if they need PMI a lot cheaper than they think when they come in and meet with us for the first time.
But there are also, I know, options that do not require 20% down and also don't have PMI. So depending on the borrower, each situation is going to be different.
Yeah.
But there are options.
Yeah, unless it's an investment property loan, there are no loans that we have that require a minimum down payment of 20%. Most of them are 3, 5, or even 0 in a lot of cases.
Okay.
Yeah, so just I think that if you're out there and you're watching this, or if you know somebody that's thinking about buying but they're worried about prices, really the only thing that would drop the value of houses right now would be a significant rise in interest rates. And if interest rates were to rise significantly, every house would cost more money to own on a monthly basis and over the next 30, 20, or 15 years, however long that person's mortgage is. So if you're waiting for values to come back down, you're also waiting for interest rates to come up. And what's going to happen is even if you're right and the values do come down, your cost of ownership is going to stay the same or get worse, because the one thing that's going to trigger the decline in values is going to be the interest rates, which is what's making the homes so affordable right now. So cost of waiting is that if you're waiting for the market to come down in value, it's a losing strategy. So
I think you're saying in summary, if your desire is to buy a house now, really waiting is going to be a detriment to you. You're waiting for something that may never actually happen. We may never actually see these home prices come down, but likely we're probably going to see interest rates go up at some point.
They have to go up at some point. They're at historic lows. So I guess what I'm saying is please reach out to us and let us kind of talk through your individual situation and help you out, because if you're waiting for values to come down, you're probably making a losing bet.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Joe. I really appreciate the insight and information today. And so as always, Joshua Holt with the Holt Real Estate Team, Keller Williams Realty, myself or my team, happy to help you get started on your home purchase journey. We'll connect you with great lenders like Joe Lawn here at Guild Mortgage, make the process smooth and easy for you. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out. Give me a call at 608-345-6594 or email me at jdholt@kw.com. Or if they want to get a hold of you, Joe, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Phone number 608-729-5379. Email joelongteam@guildmortgage.net.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate your time. And thank you, everybody, for watching our video.
Thanks for
Take care.
having me.
Be well.